Hey, we're back with another episode of Cheap Wine and Women's Basketball. You know what, today it's not so cheap of wine, but you know it's a good. Hey, you know what? We got to go with all this foolishness with Kanye and Kyrie and all that foolishness. You know what? Let me tell you something. We're gonna get a good kosher wine. We're gonna get some Manischewitz. And nothing like this is the only wine my mom used to drink. It's some Manischewitz. And you know it's inexpensive. It's a good wine. What the heck? I like Manischewitz. So, keep it nice and we're going to keep it kosher here, all right, for today anyway. But yes, Manischewitz. The cream red Concord. All right, let's talk about some basketball. You know, the connections between these Missouri schools and what's going on in women's basketball is incredible. First thing, let me talk about Missouri State. Miss Coach Mock has gone down to Virginia, and she has changed the culture. They are undefeated. I believe they're 4-0 right now. Yeah, I think they're 4-0 right now. And she's got those girls believing already. Virginia, they're back in the mix. You know, their coach, Tina Thompson, great basketball player. She couldn't get those girls to play. She couldn't get them to play. You know, I wish the best for Tina because I love me some Tina Thompson. But Coach Mock has, they've had, with the tragedy at Virginia with the basketball players, it's horrible, horrible situation there. But she has those girls locked in, and they're playing hard. I mean, it's early in the season, but right now they're beginning to believe. And this is the time when you get your kids winning right now, and they start believing. Who knows what's going to happen with the rest of the season? Um, the former coach at UMKC, J.C. Hoyt, she's at Oklahoma State. They're undefeated. She brought her little guard named, what's her name? Naomi Alnadas. She hit 24 the other night. She is a team leader. They bring these seniors. She brought a senior with a graduate player with her. And this little girl's a guard. She can shoot. She handles the ball, controls the offense. It's wonderful to see these girls who were at mid-major programs being able to come to a big conference and show what they can do. And she's been fantastic. So Oklahoma State, I'm rooting for you. Speaking of someone I'm rooting for, of course, I keep talking about her. Another week, I'm going to talk about her, Kaiser Harbison. Kaiser Harbison from SLU, another graduate. But she's at Vanderbilt now. And congratulations, she was the SEC Player of the Week because she's been, they're undefeated. They're undefeated. Vanderbilt is on a roll. You know, once you start winning, that taste of winning is so. It's like Manischewitz. You just want to keep tasting it. And once these teams get that taste, it's hard to get it out their mouth. Go to Mizzou. Mizzou had an assistant coach, Ashleen Bracey. She's Illinois Chicago. They're undefeated. You know, they've had some close games. You know, her girls, I'm going to be honest, I don't think they're that good for real, but it don't matter what I think. Those girls are scrapping and playing for that coach. And she, she's got those girls believing. And that's half the battle. Once they get all that, because you can get in a situation where you lose and lose and lose and lose and you no longer believe and you just out there. You get these girls believing they can beat anybody, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? Mizzou. Speaking of, since we talked about Ashleen Bracey, who's assistant coach at Mizzou now at UIC, Illinois Chicago doing well. Oh, Mizzou, you know what? I'm worried about you. But there's some things that I like. Bad thing is Mama Dembele broke her nose. So she's been out the last couple games. But they have a young lady, and her name is Ashley Judd. Yep, just like the actress Ashley Judd. And hey, her game is pretty as Ashley Judd, the actress. And you know Ashley Judd pretty. I ain't gonna lie, Ashley Judd is pretty. I like me some Ashley Judd. But this girl Ashley Judd, freshman, she can shoot, she can handle, she's tough, she rebounds, she gets on the floor for loose balls. She's exactly what the doctor ordered. Exactly what they need at Mizzou. Don't get me wrong, they need some more size too. Jayla Kelly needs to play and play well instead of getting in foul trouble all the darn time. And hey, Mizzou's back in the mix. So they've been playing weaker teams, but they probably need this just to get the feel of winning, because they've been in some close games with some teams that are might not be aren't SEC caliber teams, because they're gonna have to get in that SEC and tussle. Speaking of a team from the SEC that I'm not impressed with, and even though it's another former, so they have this connection too. It's a former Missouri State coach. I forgot. I can't think of her name right now. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about Tennessee later, because they were supposed to be one of the top teams. They've already lost twice. They've lost to some Big Ten teams, and the Big Ten is going to be a problem. And all those teams in the Big Ten, they're a problem for everybody. Even though I saw Iowa get beat last night, those teams in the Big Ten can play, all of them. When you go there in the Big Ten, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm always gonna be honest with you because that's just the type of guy I am. Big Ten's better than the SEC. It's better, top to bottom. It's a better conference. Those girls play hard. I mean, there's some great athletes in the SEC, and of course, there's South Carolina sitting there. But like Tennessee has some great athletes, but you talk about a team being so just completely no cohesion, and I don't get it. I don't understand how this coach who was in Missouri State, who had a team that buckled down, played D, played together. They're just out there winging it. Looks like half the time. They have no offense. It's just no discernible offense. They just come on. We got good players. Give them the ball. It's like what's the guy that used to coach at Houston when it was Five Slamma Jamma? Guy Lewis. Just throw the balls out there and come on, boys. Let's bring it home. Let's go. They come to the huddle. Come on, y'all. Let's play harder. That's his advice. Was no cohesion. Just play harder. I don't know. I don't get it. I think hopefully they get it together and they're better than that. But I don't know. We'll find out. Who else do I need to talk about? Let's see. Did I talk about Coach Mock at Virginia? Yeah, I did talk about Coach Mock. I talked about Oklahoma State. I talked about Vanderbilt. Talked about UIC. Injuries in women's basketball. Two of the top players in women's basketball won't be playing this season. Paige Bueckers at UConn. She's hurt again, and I hope she says she's coming back next year, and she's a sensational player. Sensational player. And, let's not rush these girls back. Let's not play these girls hurt. Let's get all these girls healthy. You know what? Get these girls healthy and let them play the whole season strong, because Kansas State looks good, but they lost one of the premier centers in women's basketball, Ayoka Lee. Ayoka Lee played with a leg brace all last season, and she played with one leg all season. She was still basically unstoppable, but she's having surgery this year, and it's going to be out for the season. And I got to think playing that whole year with that brace and not being 100% had to be a contributing factor. Don't put these girls on the court and ruin any possibility of having a career after college because you want to win now. Get these girls healthy. It ain't that important. I know to some of y'all making the money, them coaches, y'all think it's that important, but don't put these girls out there and get them all broke up, for your own personal benefit when you can make sure they get healthy first. They got time. Nowadays, you get 5 years. You can get 5 years now out of these girls. For most of them, with that, let them heal. Let them become 100. God, I'm worried about Jasmine Franklin, who's at Tennessee now, who used to be at Missouri State, because she's got a big brace on her leg, and you can tell she's not herself. And she's the type, she's gonna give it her all, but don't break her up. Don't get her hurt. Take care of these girls. Hey, that's what I'm like. Hey, it's just sports. Don't get me wrong. I love sports, but these these are young ladies, but they're kids. Don't get them broke up over some basketball early. Let them heal as best they can. Cause hey, some of these injuries, you hobbling around the rest of your life, the rest of your life with, hey, let them heal. Let them heal. Anyway, that's all I got to say for this week. There's a lot of big games, a lot of holiday tournaments coming up over Thanksgiving. I'll try to. I'm not. This year, last year I went to Puerto Rico. This year, I got no money. I'm staying home. Plus, I got tickets for Mizzou in Arkansas football, and so I'll be here for here for the holidays watching football. But 'cause I like football too. But I got my tickets already, and I'm like, you know what? I would like to go to Cancun or the Bahamas or back to Puerto Rico or wherever somebody has a conference in Vegas, Esoterra, Florida. We'll talk about some of these tournaments later, but I ain't got no money. I do have. I could go if I wanted to, but I ain't got no money. I mean, I don't want to. Hey, inflation. Hey, I live in America. Okay, love y'all. Till we meet again. Cheap wine and women's basketball. Sweet. Bye.